Hello and welcome to my review of For Your Eyes Only. For Your Eyes Only is the 12th film in the James Bond franchise. It was the first of 5 films in the franchise directed by former series editor John Glenn, who edited On Her Majesty's Secret Service, The Spy Who Loved Me, and Moonraker. The villain here is Julian Glover as Aristotle Christatus, who is certainly far from the best Bond villain. He's bland, not a very memorable Bond villain. He's just met, but on the opposite side of this, he also fits this specific film very well, as this was the film that sort of literally and figuratively brought Bond back to Earth after Moonraker, and it needed a down to earth sort of villain. Obviously, he's not very well remembered. I think he's alright, but he's not meant to be the most memorable villain for that exact reason, because it was something that was, he's supposed to be the small down to earth one, the serious, more Fleming style villain. Like what Sanchez is a different story, but still, I feel like it works for this film. If he was a villain in, say, previous film or the next film, then it wouldn't work so well. But here, it works perfectly fine. Also have the silent but deadly killer Michael Gothard as Emilio Leopold Locke, and the Bond girl here is the gorgeous Carol Bouquet as Melina Havelock. Bond also meets Countess Lizzie von Schlaff, played by Cassandra Harris, who at the time of filming was married to future Bond actor Pierce Brosnan. So there's a fun fact. And on the set, there was jokes that Pierce would be the next James Bond, and the story of that is the story of The Living Daylights, really, and I think we'll get into that story when we get to The Living Daylights' review, which is soon, and I'm very excited for that because that film is banging. For allies, Bond has Milos Colombo, played by Topol, who is my personal favourite Bond ally. He's just fun, he's cool, he's brilliant, he's just really cool. I think he's a brilliant, best Bond ally ever. I know that he isn't revealed until much into the film, which is really a shame, because if he was revealed a lot, because obviously the thing with this film was that for at least the first half of the film, we're to believe that Colombo is the villain and Christatos is the ally, when by the end of the film it's the other way around, which it makes a good twist, but then it also means that the character of Colombo, who is just so much better than Christatos and just the best Bond ally, doesn't get as much time as to be a Bond ally. It's a shame, but hey, it is what it is. It's just fun, it's cool, it's brilliant. Standout scenes here include the Citroen 2 CV chase, the ski/bobsled chase, Colombo's introduction scene. Come to think of it, all of Colombo's scenes. The death of Locke, which is a very cold kill for Roger Moore's Bond, which is just really good to see him doing it. And the finale at the monastery. Music this time was by Bill Conti of Rocky fame, who delivers a very 80s sounding score. Standout tracks include A Drive in the Country, Melina's Revenge, Runaway, Cortina, and Gunbow/Flowers for Trees/Sinking St. George's. Overall, For Your Eyes Only is a tonal change for the franchise after the goofy Moonraker, and it works here. Although the villain is weak, the story is good, the action is good, and the overall quality is a step up from Moonraker. But as 1983 approaches, so does the Battle of the Bonds, as it was called at the time. 1983 was a year like no other. Sorry, not sorry for that Phil Park reference, lol. For James Bond, as an event that has not and will not happen ever again occurred. Thank you guys for watching my review for Your Eyes Only. It's been a pleasure to present this movie for you to. For Your Eyes Only is one that I just want to talk a bit about my personal history with this film. It's a film that when I first sat through and watched the Bond films all together, it was one I just really didn't like getting to, and at that time I didn't like Octopussy either, so it was really a bland time to get that 1-2 punch of For Your Eyes Only and Octopussy, 2 films I didn't like, to then move on to Review to Kill, which I did like, which now is the rule reverse of that completely. I adore For Your Eyes Only. It's one of the more serious. As I grew as a Bond fan, I realised that I really preferred the Fleming portrayal of the character, which appears on screen in several different films, and this was one of them. The other films, obviously, Majesty's and both of Dalton's films, and obviously Craig's set of film, more specifically Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. But then I came back to seeing this film, and I just absolutely adored every second of it. It's brilliant. It's a great first outing for John Glenn. It's a brilliant film, but it is also one that can feel tonally not right for Roger. Sometimes it feels like it was a film that was clearly, well, not at the time, obviously written for a different actor. It just felt like it was clearly written for the tone, at least the tone that Living Daylights went for, which was half Roger, half dark, whereas this one feels more, it is half and half, but it still tips over the dark side a bit more, unlike Living Daylights, which tries to go half and half, and it works in a certain way. But yeah, I think For Your Eyes Only is an interesting point in the franchise. It marks, obviously, the slow end of Roger Moore's career as Bond, who a lot of people believe that after this film he should have left A lot of people believe he should have left after Three Eyes Only. He should have left after There's the people who believe he should have left after Three Eyes Only. The people who believe he should have left after Octopussy, and the people who believe he should have left before View to a Kill started production. And I'm the person that I personally I believe he should have left after Octopussy. But I'm like, if View to a Kill has three elements that I love, and that's John Barry's score, the Duran Duran song, and Christopher Walken as the bad guy, and I think to myself, if those three elements weren't going to be in A View to Kill, if Roger Moore didn't star in it, then I'd rather have Roger Moore stay. If, like, during production, obviously it was planned that those things were going to happen regardless who was Bond, then sure, Roger can fuck off. I don't want him in View to Kill. I just want to have those elements. That's what I want. Those elements of View to Kill make it good. And if those elements weren't going to happen, if Roger Moore didn't come back, then, it's just 50-50. Anyway, wait for View to a Kill. Next up tomorrow, we have my Octopussy review, and then the day after that, Never Say Never Again, which is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. It is shit. But also, it's one of those films where it's bad, but it's also, I like it in some elements. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to it. Thanks for watching For Your Eyes Only. Linktree in the description, Letterboxd in the description, Flame Fox Straws will be in the description again, and so will as Linktree because I'm feeling nice. It is a school, okay, so I'm doing this in the middle. No Time to Die hits theatres on October 8th, 2021. Stay tuned for that. And bye-bye for now, guys. Bye-bye.
Subscribe now.